Zofia Ostrihaskä. I was because what I have such an idea that the Germans, when they came to the house, they asked Nowicki her house. But the Russians went to the house. He said, "Wsie z doma."
Were you removed by Russians from your house?
Czy panią zabrali Rosjanie?
My mother was evacuated from Warsaw to Lwów, and from Lwów there were Russians who took us to Russia.
How did you come to Valivade then?
Ja byłam wywożona i z okien, to były wagony towarowe, i z okna wagonu towarowego ja wyrzuciłam liścik do mojej koleżanki w Lwowie. I pokazałam, tam stali ci pastuszkowie tacy, i pokazałam im palcem, że tam wyrzuciłam. I nawet nie wiedziałam, czy oni to zauważyli, czy nie. No i ja potem w moim tym posiołku, gdzie myśmy byli zesłani, byłam jedyną osobą, która dostałam paczkę. I dostałam paczkę od mojej klasy czy drużyny właśnie, dzięki temu wyrzuconemu listowi przez okno. Dlatego, że ci pastuszkowie zobaczyli, że ktoś z wywożonych wagonów towarowych wyrzucił taką kartkę. Przyszli i boso, nie mieli butów, ale poczuwali się w obowiązku i przyszli właśnie i przynieśli tej mojej koleżance ten list. It wasn't even Russia because it belonged to Poland before the war.
I jakie to było miejsce?
Gdzieś koło Lwowa.
Somewhere near Lwów.
Zdaje się w ogniu i byli boso. W ogóle to przyszli z tą kartką, z bosymi nogami do tej mojej przyjaciółki i zanieśli jej tę kartkę, z czego ona wiedziała, że ja zostałam wywieziona.
A co ci przysłała, mamo?
Proszę?
A co ci przysłała w tej paczce? Co dostałaś w tej paczce?
Słuchaj, ja nie dostałam nic specjalnego, poza tym, co wysyłał Czerwony Krzyż, wiesz? Czyli to były cukier, mąka, może chleb jakiś taki czarny, razowy. W każdym razie ja byłam jedyną osobą w całym tym osiedlu naszym, która dostała w ogóle jakąś paczkę. Jesteśmy wolni, że jest umowa Sikorski-Majski i jesteśmy wolni i możemy się udać dokąd chcemy, a myśmy nawet nie wiedzieli, gdzie my jesteśmy. Pojęcia nie mieliśmy. I stamtąd się szło do drogi jakiejś i tą drogą jechały wozy, można było się złapać na jakiś wóz na przykład. Tam szli ludzie pieszo Tam były potworne komary. Także myśmy mieli nogi spuchnięte od pogryzień przez te komary. I stamtąd znaleźliśmy się nad Morzem Kaspijskim.
Poczekaj, mamo. A gdzie babunia pracowała w tajdze?
Nie, to w tych Madarach.
W tych Madarach.
Tak,
Tam była tajga.
tak,
I tam ty pracowałaś w lesie
tak. Przy okopywaniu młodych
przy okopywaniu młodych drzewek.
Tak, tak,
A babcia, czyli twoja mama, pracowała w lesie, tak?
Tak.
I sadziła nowe drzewa.
tak.
I jak długo tam byliście?
Słuchaj, ja nie mogę powiedzieć, jak długo myśmy tam byli. 6 miesięcy.
Czy tam ktoś umarł z twojej rodziny wtedy?
Nie, bo cała moja rodzina była wywieziona, wiesz?
My name is Wanda Kuraś. I'm the chairperson of the Association of Poles in India, 1942-1948.
Where were you born, Wanda?
I was born in Poland. Well, it was Poland when I was born, but now, because of the shifting of the borders, it is Belarus.
Okay. Wanda, we'll go back a little bit and tell me about which year, when, which month, how old were you when you came to Valivade?
Well, I don't exactly remember which month, but my sister tells me that it is in 1943 when we came to Valivade. I came with my mother and 2 sisters, 2 elder sisters. I am the baby of the family.
So, when you came to Valivade,
Yes?
did you know about India? Did you know what India was? Where was it? Where were you going?
No, I think I was too young I was just 4 years old when I came to Valivade, right? And it was in 43. So you can imagine that I do not remember, and I was very, very ill when we were deported. So of course it was unknown to me. It was a land completely unknown, and I didn't know what to expect. I don't think anyone knew what to expect, really. do you know, my first recollection of Valivade is just blocks, barracks, as it were, in which eventually we were living. And someone had asked me, what do you think? How did you feel? Well, I can't really say that I felt anything, because whatever they looked like, I thought, you know, when I sort of, in retrospect, I think, well, this is how it was supposed to be. If they did not have sort of glass windows, then, well, I've never, I suppose, really registered any glass, glass in the windows. Not glass windows, but glass in the windows. So that's about it. I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that. This is what I'm telling you. I cannot tell you anything about our life or our stay in the Soviet Union, because I don't remember an iota from that. I do not. You see, sometimes, you know, I think now, whether is it what I remember or is it what I have heard? So it's all very, very hazy, right? I remember Karachi. I remember the big tents that we lived in, and there was a big gap between the ground and actually the tent itself. I remember that, you know. So when it was windy, we had the sun going through. And again, I don't know whether I remember that, whether it's my memory, or whether I heard someone talking about it. Remember, I was very, very young. And let's put it this way, I did not have the normal childhood. We were undernourished, very sick. From what I know that I was very, very sick when we were, you know, in the Soviet Union. But I don't remember any of that. Probably just as well.
Okay.
Probably just as well.
In Valivade, from 1942,
Okay.
I think so, to 1948. With my mother and my sister, my younger sister. Only sister. All that was wonderful for us. Valivade was a wonderful place for us, because there were Polish schools. There was one Polish lady who is not mentioned in all the papers. I don't know why. It was Mrs. Wanda who was a member of Theosophical Society, and in 1938 there was a meeting of Theosophs in India, and she went to the meeting, to this meeting in India, and there was the war, and she was said that, and she was and she was a friend of Gandhi. And she was somebody who helped to organize this place, this Valivade. It was Polish refugees camp, called Polish refugees camp. However, we didn't be refugees, no refugees. We were deported, not refugees. Yes. And in Valivade were Polish schools and Polish scouts. And there was full Polish life. The houses, barracks, were from maty, jak to się powie, maty, z mat były. And often there's in our doors was standing an Indian woman with child, with two children, one child, and begging. And these were what I remember. There were wooden beds.
Yes, and I loved it. I loved India. My memory really starts from India, you see. It was lovely, plenty of sun, I had friends. We didn't have many toys, but do you know, the concept of being bored, we did not understand that. We always found something to do. You know, I really remember Valivade with a smile. Because that's where my childhood really began, in Valivade. Well, I would get up, there was sun shining most of the time. Forget about the monsoons, because that was nasty. I didn't like monsoons. But the normal Indian day, plenty of lovely sun, and you know, with the sun everything looked happy. And although the barracks, when we first came, and I looked, and this is the recollection I have, they looked grey and not very welcoming. Gradually, because people start caring and putting plants in, so we had a banana tree, and we had some creepy papers. How do you call that?
Creepers. Tendrils.
Yes, that's it. No, but there is a proper name for a plant like that, but I can't think at the moment. Still, when I do, I'll tell you. So, no, it was lovely. I had friends, plenty of friends. I mean, there was one living next door to me, and next door by one there was there was another one. So we had a jolly good time. We play hopscotch, skipping, and then we had marbles. And you see, it was like playing bulls, you know, French bulls with marbles. We didn't think of that as bulls, but this is the comparison I can make. Or just stones. Or we would take the mango stones, clean it, right, brush it, make mice, just to upset my sister, especially the eldest of the older of the two. I would, when I got annoyed with her, I would hang one of them on her mosquito frame, and it was lovely to hear her screaming. But you know, you just made do with what you had, and because we didn't have much, then we just, you know, worked our way through the day.
How old were your sisters in Valivade?
One was about 13, the other one 12. So there's quite a difference between us.
So they were also going to school?
Oh yes, of course they were. No. Mamusha wasn't working anywhere, no. She was at home. Oh, I can tell you a lot. We had a lot of friends. We had a lot of Indian friends, you know, from the shops. It started, well, my mother just wanted me to become independent, so she would send me shopping, right? And because I was a little girl with a very blonde hair, you know, well, the counter was quite high, so they could just see my head. And they kept on asking, then they started asking me to go around to get the bread or what. I usually went for bread. And they became very friendly. You know, I've got some very nice sort of mementos from them, and they became sort of friends of the family. We actually attended an Indian wedding. We were invited to Indian wedding. And one of them used to bring his little girl to the camp, and Marisha, that's my friend, and I would play with her. And there was my friend Made. He was the boy who used to come every day to bring water. Oh, Made was really a scream. He used to tease me and I used to tease him. And he loved white bread with jam. So to begin with, my mother would make him some bread with jam. And then it came to pass, when Mother came, Mama would say, Made, if you would like some bread, just get it. Right? And one day, Made comes. You know the things, I don't know how you call them, you know, on your head, and they put sort of a jag on. You know the white thing that they, you know what I'm talking about?
Kind.
Yeah. Well, that was of his head, and he was holding it in his hands. And he said to me, I brought something for you. And I wouldn't take it because I knew that he used to tease me quite a lot, you see. So I said, I don't want it. He said, come on, it's for you, especially for you. And it moved. So obviously something moved. And I thought, oh, no, I'm not taking it. I said, go away. And I pushed him. And he said, but this is especially for you. So eventually he just opened it up. And do you know what there was? A parrot. A lovely parrot. She would never fly away. If she did, she would come back. Oh. And we left her with my adopted aunt because she couldn't come with us, so she had no one to come back to England. And we left Kasia with her And soon after that, she opened the cage, let her out, because we used to, let her out. She would not fly away, and she flew away and never came back.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This is my parrot. Mama went and bought a cage, and that parrot used to say Papa to me when I was going to school, bye-bye, right? And we called her Kasia. So Mother used to chase around, and he very often joined in our little games with Marisha and myself, you see. So no, we got on very well. I've got very pleasant memories, you see. And when we were leaving, Mother was crying, and so was I.
So was there a deep bond of affection?
No,
between
no,
the
it was just a friendship. You see, apart from we just got used to him, and simply we expected that Mother will be coming and staying better part of the day with us. And whatever we had, we shared it with him, and he was very good.
Did you meet him after that?
No. And I haven't met any of the other people that we befriended. No. And, well, we didn't speak English. They've learned some, pidgin Polish, and which was really very, very nice. So this is the way we could communicate. You know, Indian people are very good at picking up languages in many ways. Yes.
Because India has many languages. We are multilingual anyway.
Yes. You see, my, for example, going back to Made, I would say Mamusha, and that's Mummy to my mother. And so he would say, Mamusha. I said, no, it's my Mamusha. He would say, no, it is my Mamusha. And I would, so it could go on and on and on, you see. No, but it was, no, I remember India with great, great affection, really.
How many times did you go back to Valivade?
I haven't gone back. In a way, I think, Anu, I just wanted to remember India as I remember it. Because things change. As years go by, well, this is what happens. As years go by, things and people have to change. And I thought, well, I would like to just think and remember India as I remember it. If there was a wedding, it was, we youngsters, we would be there, we would be at the church, and there weren't too many from what I remember, but I remember a few that we would run just to see what is going on. It was exciting. Can you just imagine seeing a lady all dressed in white with a veil on? And you know how men rarely wore proper suits as such, as it was so hot, all done up in a nice suit. It was exciting. It was something unusual.
But who was getting married in?
Well, I think that there were a couple of weddings that I remember. I remember that we ran to see one or two, and it was quite exciting. It was something different.
But how were the weddings happening? Because there were no men over there, right? There were young
Oh,
boys.
oh well, there were some.
Okay.
Mm.
And
Unless, don't take my word for it, unless I'm mistaken and I'm just, it is something that I read about, but I'm sure we went to see a couple of weddings at the church.
you have happiness scars of happiness being in India. I mean, the point is that a child needs a normal, a child is never, I mean, that young child doesn't know, because, and especially if you have protectors. I mean, if you have your mother, your sisters, then you really
Oh,
don't.
do you know, I was really spoiled by my mother and my sisters. Not so much probably by my mother, but my two sisters, as they looked after me. So really, I was really spoiled.
Even in
I wasn't
Valivade.
naughty. I suppose so. All the
In
time.
school,
Yeah, yes.
were you really naughty?
No, I don't think so. No. I loved school. You see, because there were children there and something was going on, you know.
Did you participate in the theatre activities also? Or
Oh,
games?
we didn't have too many theatre activities as such. Remember, life was very, very simple. But, oh yes, we had plenty, well, whatever games.
I remember from the Indians, I remember only, I think so, the postman who learned Polish and who was very, very intelligent, and who, when I go to the post office, and he saw me, he told me very loudly, "Oh, I have nothing for you, and nothing for your neighbor living near you. Come another day." Many the soldiers, Polish soldiers, waited for letters. And it's all. Everybody wrote such letters. No, there was nothing in it. Nothing interesting, nothing at all in it. No. They even didn't know who was writing to them. They didn't know my name. There was such in Panhala we had namioty, tents, and we went there to Panhala for vacations. And it wasn't for a long time. 2 weeks, 1 week.
What did you do there? In Panhala, what did you do?
Made excursions.
Excursions, yes, right.
Excursions, yes. Nothing special.
She was a head of scouts in
Okay.
Valivade. See that we found this letter in the bag which she took from Valivade. We have this bag, and in the bottom of this bag there was between some materials and other places this letter with great wishes on her birthday, name day. Sorry, this is the name day. As a Zofia. If we open this is a special dedication letter. It was right in Valivade. Girls which were member of the scout team, which belongs to my mother. So we found also another letter, another one, also from Valivade. This is original from Valivade. There's unfortunately no date. She was head of scouts, a team of girls, and there is an explanation in the day of your name day. Scout team, scout of 6 team would like to wish you
From the depth of the heart,
najserdeczniejsze życzenia.
sincere wishes,
Yeah.
which goes to you to announce you that we appreciate your work and the depth of your pure purposes. We're very thankful. We want to thank you for everything you've given us, and we've taken a lot. We wish you that your work in the future give you fruit, but not here, but also in our grey land, which is covered in blood and pain.
Oh, wow. Just hold on. What's written here?
The best wishes.
Best wishes.
Because
Yeah,
of your
let's say.
place
Yeah.
day.
Wow.
Let me say, I think October or September that we arrived in England.
That means
Probably.
you were there for India's independence.
Yeah.
Tell me
Oh.
about India's independence. What do you remember?
There were it was very noisy. There were a lot of dancing. There were crowds of people. You see, independence, remember, did not mean much to me. I was too young to comprehend what independence means. But I did enjoy, the dancing, the singing, and all this excitement. I think I've got a little photograph there with an Indian lady dancing. It was like a podium, and you could see a lot of young heads, standing and watching. This was lovely. It was exciting, right? But as independence, what it meant, well, it was another holiday. If he did talk, you see, I don't think that his Polish was that good to keep a conversation like that going. If my sisters, one of them, asked him anything about the independence, how he feels, he might have said something, but not I. I wouldn't. At my age, it's really $1 million question, isn't it? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. You see, if we did not go to India, then we would probably have landed either in Lebanon or in Africa. Why we were sort of sent to India, why didn't we go to India, I don't really know. Oh, no, that wasn't it. You see, those who haven't had any, let's say, relatives in the army, so they couldn't sort of go to England. And this is the reason they went to Africa, I think. We came to Southampton. We came by boat, Empire Brent. And we came to Southampton, then we were in a transit camp, and my father was still in the army. We went to one of the army camps near Salisbury, and then when my father was demobbed, we moved on from there. No, but I didn't come to London straight away.
Okay, tell me something about your father. I mean, when you were deported from Poland, your father was in army? And
No,
okay.
no. Actually, my father was interned.
Okay. How?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Would you like to talk about it?
No.
Okay. Okay. So, how difficult was it for your mother and your sister when you all came back to build your life again, even in Southampton?
Not in Southampton. We arrived in Southampton.
Okay.
We just sort of we disembarked from the boat, and then we were taken into a sort of a transit camp, all of us, waiting for our relatives, fathers or brothers or whatever, to come and take us, as it were, to wherever we were going to live in England. No.
Okay, Wanda, tell me something. Why did you not? Why do you think? I mean, you were young, but why do you think the choice was made not to go back to Poland?
Quite obvious. There was nothing to go back to. Remember that after Yalta, the borders were shifted, and it was no longer Poland, was it? There was nothing to go back to. Don't you think that I'm very lucky that I don't remember Siberia? There's my little friend.
Okay.
And do you know, Anu, probably with this photograph there, we'll be able to trace her.
What's her name?
I don't know, I can't remember, and my sisters don't remember.
And did you wear a sari as she's wearing?
No. This is Valivade village. That's what I think it is, yeah. My sister thinks that probably one of the boys there is Made, but it's a very unclear photograph. You were asking me about the Independence Day. I'm sure that's it's a tiny picture. Look at the little heads there. Who is standing around?
Polish.
Children, yes, children. And there's me with our Indian friends.
Oh. Who's this guy? You don't remember?
Well,
Okay.
but they tell me when just and you can see that this is him who gave, because it's in 47.
2947. VSS Suryavanshi, India.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And that must be Independence Day as well.
Yes.
Now, and that is, you see that it is again.
Suryavanshi, yeah.
She would never fly away. If she did, she would come back.
Oh.
And we left her with my adopted aunt because she couldn't come with us, so she had no one to come back to England. And we left Kasia with her, and soon after that she opened the cage, let her out, because we used to let her out. She would not fly away, and she flew away and never came back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This
is my parrot.
Animals are more sensitive
Uh-huh.
than.
That was my sister. and I'll show you. Oh, that's not that. And there is a photograph.
This is
You see, he had taken us to his home, and
Suryavanshi.
well, I don't know which one,
Okay.
because there were
Somebody.
quite a
This
few.
is Indian Buke. My grandfather.
Oh yes,
had it.
yes. Huh? And you see, Marisha and myself, and there is the little girl there. One of them is her. Well, you've got them.
Give it to me.
Yeah,
Just make
yeah.
it larger.
So, oh, you, well, we've seen that. Yeah, that's about it. And there are two of them there.
Sure, sure.
Hmm. And there's, I think that, I don't know who these are, but I don't think that's important. I don't really know.
These are Indians, but from that time.
Oh yes, oh yes, definitely Indians from that
Yeah.
time. Yes, yes, yes. So there you are.
Nice.